Life is unpredictable, filled with challenges that test our resolve, emotions that cloud our judgment, and distractions that pull us from our purpose. Yet, within the chaos lies the opportunity for tranquility, strength, and wisdom. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers us a path to harness this opportunity, not by controlling the external world, but by mastering our inner one. Stoicism is not a philosophy for the ivory tower. It was forged in the fires of real life by individuals who faced war, exile, and loss. From Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who ruled amidst turmoil, to Epictetus, a former slave who found freedom in his mind, the Stoics left us a guide to resilience and fulfillment. Their teachings, though ancient, remain profoundly relevant today. This guide distills Stoic wisdom into practical tools you can use to navigate life's complexities. Each section explores a cornerstone of Stoic practice, from cultivating gratitude and simplifying desires to embracing challenges and reflecting on your growth. These aren't abstract ideals, but actionable steps to build a life rooted in purpose, clarity, and virtue. As you journey through this guide, remember that Stoicism is not about perfection but progress. It invites us to strive, not for control over events, but for mastery over ourselves. Let these principles empower you to face life with courage, act with integrity, and discover the peace that comes from living in alignment with your highest values. 1. A morning ritual. Each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Adapted from Marcus Aurelius. The morning is not merely the start of the day. It is a declaration of intention. Each dawn offers a unique opportunity to recalibrate, to step forward with purpose and clarity. The Stoics recognized this sacred window and encouraged us to seize it with deliberate practice. Begin with gratitude. As the first light touches your day, pause and take a deep breath. Reflect on the privilege of being alive. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself of life's fleeting nature, urging gratitude for the simple fact of existence. Whisper to yourself, "I have been given another day. I will make it count." Gratitude grounds you in the present. It shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, from what you lack to the richness already present in your life. Begin this habit each morning. Acknowledge the roof over your head, the relationships that support you, or even the quiet of the morning itself. In this act, you cultivate a mindset of sufficiency that can steady you throughout the day. Visualize the day ahead. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, to prepare for life's challenges. Spend a moment envisioning the day before you. What trials might arise? Perhaps it is a tense conversation, a potential failure, or a surge of self-doubt. Picture these moments vividly, but not as a pessimist would. Instead, imagine yourself meeting each situation with grace and strength. For example, if a coworker's critique often triggers frustration, visualize the moment when it happens. Picture yourself listening calmly, responding thoughtfully, and choosing reason over emotion. By rehearsing these scenarios, you train your mind to react virtuously, transforming potential stressors into opportunities for growth. Set your intention. Once the path ahead is clear, set an intention. Choose a single virtue, compassion, resilience, or diligence, to guide your actions. Let this principle become your North Star, a point of reference when decisions or distractions arise. Write it down, or repeat it to yourself. Today I will embody patience. This intention acts as a mental anchor, reminding you to stay true to your values when the winds of circumstance threaten to pull you off course. Embrace stillness. Before stepping into the day's demands, carve out a moment of stillness. This can take the form of meditation, deep breathing, or even sitting quietly with a cup of tea. Stillness is where clarity resides. It is the calm before the storm, the place where your thoughts settle and your mind sharpens. Marcus Aurelius described this as retreating into oneself, a mental sanctuary untouched by the chaos of the external world. In this quiet space, remind yourself, I am in control of my mind, not events outside of me. This practice is not about avoiding life, but preparing for it with poise and purpose. Move with intention. The body and mind are deeply connected. As you transition into the day, consider incorporating movement into your ritual. Whether it is stretching, walking, or a brief workout, physical activity invigorates the body and centers the mind. Epictetus taught that discipline of the body reinforces discipline of the spirit. Even a simple act, like taking a deep, mindful breath, can transform your mindset. Frame the day as a gift. Finally, remind yourself that today is not guaranteed, nor is it infinite. The Stoics often meditated on mortality to emphasize the preciousness of each moment. Say to yourself, if this were my last day, how would I live it? This reflection is not morbid but liberating. It calls you to live intentionally, free from regret or distraction. Rise with resolve. As you rise, carry this sense of purpose into the day. You are not a passive participant in life, but an active shaper of your experience. The storms of the world may rage, but within you lies a stillness, an unwavering resolve, rooted in reason and virtue. The morning ritual is more than preparation. It is a declaration. By beginning each day with gratitude, intention, and stillness, you align yourself with the Stoic ideal of a life lived deliberately and wisely. The day ahead is yours to shape. Embrace it fully as a Stoic would, with courage, clarity, and calm. 2. The day in review. I will keep constant watch over myself, and, most usefully, will put each day up for review. Seneca. As the sun dips below the horizon and the day comes to a close, the Stoics urge us to turn inward, to reflect on the hours that have passed. This practice, known as retrospective meditation, is a powerful tool for growth and self-awareness. It transforms our experiences, both triumphs and failures, into stepping stones toward virtue. Create a quiet space for reflection. Begin by setting aside a moment of solitude. Find a space where you can be still, free from distractions. This is your sanctuary, a place to confront the day's events with honesty and courage. Seneca emphasized the importance of this practice, describing it as a dialogue with oneself. It is not a time for judgment, but for learning. Celebrate your victories. Start by acknowledging what went well. What actions aligned with your values? Perhaps you showed patience in a difficult conversation, offered kindness when it was needed, or resisted a temptation that could have led you astray. Recognizing these moments reinforces your commitment to virtue and builds confidence in your ability to act rightly. Examine your missteps. Next, turn your attention to where you fell short. Did anger overpower your reason? Did you give in to fear when courage was required? Approach these missteps with curiosity, not condemnation. Seneca reminds us that to err is human. The goal is not perfection, but progress. Ask yourself, what could I have done differently? By visualizing an alternative response, you prepare yourself to choose more wisely in the future. Each mistake is a lesson, a guide for tomorrow. Reconnect with your values. Reflection is also a time to assess whether your actions aligned with your principles. Did you live today in accordance with your highest values? If not, what held you back? This question helps you identify patterns and make intentional changes to align your daily life with your ideals. Practice gratitude. Before closing your reflection, take a moment to appreciate the day's gifts. Even in hardship, there is something to be thankful for. A lesson learned, a moment of connection, or simply the chance to begin anew. Gratitude shifts your perspective, reminding you of life's abundance and your capacity to grow. Plan for tomorrow. Finally, use your reflection to set intentions for the day ahead. What will you carry forward from today? What will you leave behind? This act of planning transforms reflection into action, ensuring that each day builds upon the last. End with resolve. As you prepare for rest, remind yourself of the Stoic ideal: to live with reason, courage, and virtue. The day in review is not just a practice, it is a ritual of transformation. By examining your actions and aligning them with your values, you become the architect of your character. Each night, you lay the foundation for a better tomorrow, guided by the wisdom of today. 3. The truth about money. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Epictetus. Money for many represents security, freedom, and success. Yet, to the Stoics, its true value was neither intrinsic nor guaranteed. They saw wealth as neutral, neither good nor bad, but a tool that takes its moral character from the way it is used. In a world captivated by materialism, Stoic wisdom challenges us to reconsider our relationship with money and recognize its proper place in a well-lived life. Redefine wealth. The Stoics believed that true wealth lies in mastering your desires, not accumulating possessions. Epictetus emphasized that the fewer your wants, the richer you become. Ask yourself, do I control my desires, or do they control me? A life of contentment begins with understanding what is truly necessary versus what is merely an indulgence of fleeting whims. To practice this, try voluntary simplicity. Spend a week focusing only on essentials, basic food, simple clothing, and minimal entertainment. Reflect on how little you truly need to feel fulfilled. This exercise teaches you that abundance comes not from external possessions, but from internal sufficiency. Use money as a tool for virtue. Wealth, when used wisely, can serve as a means to virtuous ends. Seneca, one of the wealthiest Stoics, argued that money should never be sought for its own sake, but leveraged to foster generosity, justice, and wisdom. Consider how your spending aligns with your values. Does it uplift others, or does it cater solely to ego and excesses? Practical application might mean donating to causes that reflect your principles or supporting those in need. Instead of accumulating possessions, invest in experiences or education that enrich your character and broaden your perspective. These choices transform wealth from a source of vanity to a force for good. Avoid the trap of comparison. One of money's greatest dangers is its tendency to foster envy and comparison. Social media and societal expectations often magnify this, making us believe that our worth is tied to our net worth. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Do not waste what remains of your life by comparing yourself to others." Break free from this cycle by focusing on your own path. Reflect on what truly matters to you, independent of external validation. Wealth, like time, is finite. Spend it in ways that align with your personal values, not society's fleeting trends. Embrace financial resilience. While the Stoics acknowledged that money could provide comfort, they also recognized its instability. Fortunes can change in an instant, and pinning your happiness on wealth leaves you vulnerable to misfortune. Seneca warned, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor. Build resilience by practicing premeditatio malorum, anticipating loss. Imagine losing your job, investments, or material possessions. How would you respond? By mentally preparing for such scenarios, you fortify yourself against fear and learn to value what cannot be taken: your character, wisdom, and relationships. Appreciate what you have. Gratitude is a cornerstone of the Stoic approach to wealth. Instead of fixating on what you lack, focus on the abundance already present in your life. Take stock of the simple joys: a warm meal, a safe home, meaningful connections. This shift in perspective transforms money from a source of stress into a reminder of life's generosity. Reframe success. Finally, redefine what success means to you. For the Stoics, success was measured not by material wealth, but by the cultivation of virtue and the fulfillment of one's potential. Epictetus observed, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Reflect on how you spend your time, energy, and resources. Do they serve your higher purpose, or are they distractions from it? Money as a means, not an end. The Stoics understood that while money can ease life's challenges, it is not the key to happiness or fulfillment. True wealth lies in living according to your values, mastering your desires, and embracing gratitude. By reframing your relationship with money, you gain not only financial freedom, but also the deeper freedom of a life guided by wisdom and virtue. 4. Push for deep understanding. If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. The pursuit of wisdom is not a passive activity. It demands humility, curiosity, and the willingness to challenge deeply held assumptions. For the Stoics, learning was a means to transform the self, to align one's thoughts and actions with reason and virtue. To push for deep understanding is to engage in a lifelong dialogue with truth, however uncomfortable or elusive it may be. Begin with humility. True understanding begins with the admission that you do not know everything. Epictetus warned against arrogance, urging us to adopt the mindset of a beginner. This humility opens the door to genuine growth. Ask yourself, where am I ignorant? What assumptions do I hold that need to be questioned? By acknowledging your limitations, you create space for new insights. Humility also means being willing to be wrong. Mistakes are not failures, but opportunities to refine your understanding. Seneca observed that the path to wisdom is paved with errors, each one a stepping stone toward greater clarity. Cultivate depth over breadth. In an age of endless information, it is tempting to skim the surface of many subjects rather than delve deeply into a few. The Stoics valued depth over breadth, emphasizing the importance of truly understanding a principle rather than merely accumulating facts. Marcus Aurelius often returned to the same ideas in his meditations, reflecting deeply on their implications for his life. Choose a topic or principle that resonates with you. Perhaps the concept of control, the nature of virtue, or the practice of gratitude. Study it thoroughly. Read different perspectives, reflect on its application, and test it in your daily life. This focused approach transforms abstract ideas into actionable wisdom. Engage with challenging ideas. Growth often comes from confronting ideas that challenge your beliefs. The Stoics welcomed opposing viewpoints, seeing them as opportunities to sharpen their reasoning. When someone criticizes your perspective, resist the urge to react defensively. Instead, ask, "What can I learn from this?" Even if you disagree, the process of examining the critique can deepen your understanding. Seek out books, discussions, and experiences that push you beyond your comfort zone. As Marcus Aurelius noted, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Difficult ideas are not obstacles, but gateways to deeper insight. Reflect and journal. Reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic practice. Writing forces you to articulate your thoughts, uncover inconsistencies, and refine your reasoning. Each day, set aside time to journal about what you have learned. Ask yourself, how does this principle apply to my life? What actions can I take to embody it? Over time, these reflections become a record of your intellectual and moral growth. They reveal patterns, highlight progress, and provide a touchstone for future challenges. Apply what you learn. Knowledge without action is barren. The Stoics emphasized the practical application of philosophy, urging us to live according to the principles we study. If you learn about the Stoic idea of control, practice differentiating between what is within your power and what is not. If you study the virtue of courage, seek opportunities to act bravely in small, everyday situations. By integrating what you learn into your behavior, you move from theoretical understanding to lived wisdom. This alignment between thought and action is the hallmark of true learning. Embrace the journey. The path to deep understanding is not linear, nor is it ever complete. The Stoics viewed life itself as a school, with each experience offering lessons. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that every challenge, no matter how unwelcome, is an opportunity to practice virtue and grow in wisdom. Be patient with yourself. Progress is incremental and often imperceptible, but each step brings you closer to the Stoic ideal of a life guided by reason and virtue. Celebrate small victories, an insight gained, a habit improved, a moment of clarity, and let them motivate you to continue the journey. The reward of understanding. To push for deep understanding is to engage fully with life's complexities. It is a process of questioning, reflecting, and applying what you learn, guided by the humility to admit ignorance and the courage to seek truth. The reward is not only knowledge, but transformation. A mind disciplined by reason, a character strengthened by virtue, and a life enriched by meaning. As the Stoics teach, wisdom is not a destination, but a way of being, and the journey itself is the greatest reward. 5. The only prize. The true worth of a man is to be measured by the objects he pursues. Marcus Aurelius. In a world driven by ambition, material success, and fleeting pleasures, the Stoics remind us to focus on the only prize that truly matters: virtue. For them, virtue was not an abstract ideal, but a practical compass for navigating life's challenges. It is the foundation of inner peace, resilience, and true contentment. To the Stoics, success was not measured by wealth, fame, or power, but by the cultivation of character. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on this in his meditations, urging himself to live with integrity and courage. Ask yourself, what do I pursue in my daily life? Is it aligned with my highest values, or am I chasing what society deems important? True success lies in pursuing excellence of character. Redirect your efforts toward becoming a person of integrity, compassion, and wisdom. Let these qualities guide your actions, regardless of the outcomes. The Stoics believed that virtue, excellence in thought, emotion, and action, was the highest good. It is the only thing entirely within our control. Epictetus wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Mastery begins with understanding what truly matters and choosing to live in accordance with reason and virtue. When faced with a decision, ask, will this action make me a better person? The answer should be your guide. Whether it involves showing kindness, exercising patience, or standing firm in the face of adversity, let virtue shape your choices. Adversity is not an obstacle to virtue, but a proving ground for it. Marcus Aurelius observed, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When challenges arise, see them as opportunities to practice courage, perseverance, and wisdom. For example, if you encounter criticism, use it as a chance to cultivate humility and self-awareness. If you face failure, let it teach you resilience. These moments, difficult as they may be, are gifts that allow you to grow stronger and more virtuous. The Stoics emphasized the importance of focusing on what is within your control. External achievements are fleeting and subject to forces beyond your influence, but your character is yours to shape. Epictetus advised, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." When you prioritize internal success, living with honesty, courage, and compassion, you free yourself from the anxiety of external validation. You no longer depend on others' opinions or the randomness of fortune to feel fulfilled. Virtue is not achieved in grand gestures, but in small, consistent actions. Every day presents countless opportunities to practice honesty, patience, and kindness. These seemingly minor choices accumulate, shaping the person you become. Reflect at the end of each day. Did I act in alignment with my values? Where did I fall short? And how can I improve tomorrow? This daily accountability fosters steady progress toward the Stoic ideal of a virtuous life. The pursuit of virtue brings a deeper and more enduring happiness than any external prize. This joy arises from knowing you are living authentically and contributing to the greater good. It is the satisfaction of acting rightly, regardless of recognition or reward. Seneca wrote, "The wise man is content with his virtue, for he knows it is the root of true happiness." By focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and character, you build a life of purpose and meaning. The only prize worth pursuing is the cultivation of your character. In a world filled with distractions and superficial goals, the Stoic path offers clarity. By seeking virtue above all else, you free yourself from the turmoil of external desires and discover the profound peace of living in harmony with your highest values. Let each day be a step toward this ultimate goal. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. 6. The power of a mantra. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. In the turbulence of daily life, where distractions and pressures abound, a mantra can serve as a compass, guiding us back to stability and purpose. For the Stoics, a mantra was not just a comforting phrase, but a practical tool to ground the mind, steer emotions, and align actions with virtue. A mantra is a bridge between intention and action, reminding us of who we strive to be. Your mantra should be deeply personal, reflecting the challenges you face and the virtues you aim to cultivate. It can be a simple phrase that resonates with your core values. For example, if you struggle with anger, you might choose, "I am calm in the face of storms." If fear holds you back, "Courage guides me." To craft a meaningful mantra, consider what obstacles you encounter most often. Identify the qualities that would help you overcome them, and let these virtues shape your mantra. Keep it short, memorable, and direct. A phrase that speaks to your inner strength and higher purpose. Repetition is the key to embedding your mantra into your consciousness. Start your day by repeating your mantra during a moment of stillness, perhaps as part of a morning meditation. Let the words settle in your mind, creating a mental foundation for the challenges ahead. Throughout the day, call upon your mantra whenever you feel your emotions rising or your focus wavering. Repeat it silently during stressful moments, allowing it to redirect your thoughts and calm your reactions. With consistent practice, your mantra becomes an automatic response, a trusted ally in moments of difficulty. Life's unpredictability often tests our resolve. The Stoics knew that while we cannot control external events, we can govern our responses. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "You have power over your mind. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your mantra acts as a mental shield, protecting you from being swept away by anger, fear, or despair. Imagine facing a frustrating delay or a harsh word from someone. Instead of reacting impulsively, you pause, take a breath, and repeat your mantra, "This too shall pass." These simple words remind you of the transient nature of challenges, enabling you to maintain composure and clarity. A mantra is not merely a thought, but a guide to action. The Stoics believed in living their philosophy, embodying their principles in every choice and interaction. Let your mantra inspire you to act in ways that reflect your highest ideals. If your mantra is, "I choose patience," let it shape how you respond to a difficult situation. If it is, "I seek wisdom," let it guide your decisions and interactions. This alignment between words and actions strengthens your character. Over time, your mantra becomes more than a reminder. It becomes a way of being. As you grow, your challenges and aspirations may change. Be open to refining or replacing your mantra to reflect your evolving journey. What serves you today may not resonate tomorrow. Periodically revisit your mantra, ensuring it continues to align with your values and goals. The writings of the Stoics offer timeless examples of mantras that inspire resilience and virtue. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. I control my thoughts, not the world. Adapted from Epictetus. Use these as inspiration to craft your own, or adopt them if they resonate with your path. The strength of a mantra lies in its simplicity. It distills complex ideas into a few words, making them accessible in any moment. It is a portable tool, always available, to center your mind and guide your actions. By anchoring yourself to a mantra, you cultivate the Stoic virtues of mindfulness, resilience, and clarity. A well-chosen mantra is more than a phrase. It is a companion on the journey to self-mastery. It reminds you of your power to shape your mind, your ability to rise above challenges, and your commitment to live virtuously. Embrace the practice of a mantra, and you will find in its repetition a source of strength, of focus, and peace. 7. The 3 areas of training. There are 3 areas in which the person who would be wise and good must be trained: desire, action, and assent. Epictetus, the Stoics, recognized that mastering life required focus in 3 key areas: desire, action, and assent. These disciplines form the foundation of a life lived with purpose and clarity. Together, they offer a framework for aligning your thoughts, decisions, and responses to align with the pursuit of virtue and resilience. Desire, in the Stoic sense, refers to what we seek and value in life. Many of our struggles arise from desiring things that are beyond our control: wealth, recognition, or even the actions of others. Epictetus urged his students to redirect their desires toward what is within their power: their thoughts, actions, and character. To train your desires, begin by questioning what you value most. Are your goals tied to external achievements or internal growth? Focus your energy on cultivating virtues like patience, wisdom, and courage. Let go of the need for external validation and remind yourself that true fulfillment comes from aligning your actions with your principles. A practical exercise is to practice negative visualization. Imagine losing something you deeply value, a possession, a position, or even a relationship. This does not mean you should avoid caring, but helps you appreciate what you have without becoming overly attached. By tempering your desires, you protect yourself from unnecessary disappointment and maintain your inner peace. The Stoics believed that knowledge is useless unless it informs action. As Marcus Aurelius advised, do every act of your life as though it were the last. This doesn't mean rushing or acting recklessly, but approaching each task with full attention and intention. Training in action means consistently striving to do what is right, regardless of external circumstances. Each day, ask yourself, what would a virtuous person do in this situation? Whether it is showing kindness to a stranger, completing a task diligently, or standing firm in the face of adversity, let your actions reflect your values. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of persistence. Seneca wrote, "Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. Treat each day as a new opportunity to act with purpose and integrity." Small, consistent efforts build the foundation of a life guided by virtue. The third area of training is assent, which involves accepting the reality of the world around you. This does not mean passive resignation, but an active acknowledgement of what is beyond your control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." To train in assent, practice observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. When faced with a challenging situation, pause and ask yourself, is this something I can control? If the answer is no, focus on what you can do instead, your response, attitude, and next steps. A key practice is reframing. If something unexpected happens, reinterpret it as an opportunity for growth. For example, a delay might teach you patience. A failure might sharpen your resolve. By reframing challenges as lessons, you cultivate resilience and maintain a sense of purpose even in adversity. Desire, action, and assent are not isolated practices, but interconnected disciplines. Together, they create a balanced approach to life. By desiring only what is within your control, acting with integrity, and accepting reality as it is, you align your inner and outer worlds. For example, when pursuing a goal, focus on the effort you put in action. Release attachment to the outcome, desire, and accept setbacks as part of the process, assent. This integrated approach helps you navigate life with clarity and confidence. The Stoics understood that training in these areas is a lifelong journey. Progress may be slow, but each step strengthens your character and brings you closer to living a life of virtue. Reflect regularly on your progress. Celebrate small victories and remain patient with yourself. Epictetus reminds us, progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily. Embrace the discipline of the three areas, and you will find not only resilience in the face of life's challenges, but also the profound joy of living with purpose and intention. 8. Watching the wise. Choose someone whose way of life as well as words you admire, and keep that person before your eyes. Seneca. The journey to wisdom is not one we take alone. The Stoics understood the power of example, urging us to seek guidance and inspiration from those who embody the virtues we strive to cultivate. By watching the wise, we align ourselves with a legacy of excellence, drawing strength and clarity from their actions and principles. Begin by identifying individuals whose lives resonate with the virtues you admire. These guides can be historical figures like Marcus Aurelius, personal mentors, or even characters from literature who reflect integrity, resilience, and wisdom. Seneca himself often referred to Cato the Younger, a Roman statesman renowned for his unwavering commitment to justice, as a model of Stoic virtue. Books can also serve as a gateway to mentorship. The writings of Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius are timeless sources of guidance, offering insights into courage, self-control, and the art of living. When you engage with these texts, you enter into a conversation with minds that have stood the test of time. The true measure of wisdom lies in action. The Stoics believed that philosophy is best expressed through deeds rather than rhetoric. When observing your guides, focus on how they navigate challenges, respond to adversity, and interact with others. Their behavior often reveals more about their character than any speech or proclamation. Ask yourself, how would this person handle the situation I am facing? What virtues would they bring to bear? By imagining their response, you gain perspective and clarity for your own actions. Seneca suggested that keeping a role model in mind can act as a form of self-accountability, encouraging us to live up to our highest potential. The wise are not immune to hardship. Rather, their responses to challenges often define their greatness. Marcus Aurelius ruled during times of war and plague, yet his reflections and meditations reveal a steadfast commitment to reason and virtue. Nelson Mandela, a modern example of Stoic resilience, turned decades of imprisonment into a foundation for forgiveness and leadership. When facing adversity, consider how your chosen guide might respond. What virtues would they practice? Patience, courage, humility. Use their example as a blueprint to navigate your own trials with strength and dignity. While it is valuable to learn from others, the Stoics cautioned against blind imitation. Each of us must chart our own path, informed by reason and aligned with our unique circumstances. The goal is not to become a replica of your guide, but to integrate their virtues into your own life. Seneca wrote, "Take from others the qualities you admire and make them your own." This means adapting their strengths to fit your character and situation, creating a life that reflects your authentic self while honoring the principles they embody. Just as you learn from others, remember that your actions may inspire those around you. Whether you realize it or not, you are a guide to someone, perhaps a friend, a family member, or a colleague. Ask yourself, what kind of example am I setting? Do my actions reflect the virtues I aspire to cultivate? By striving to live virtuously, you contribute to a cycle of wisdom and growth. Your life becomes a testament to the power of Stoic principles, encouraging others to pursue their own path of excellence. Finally, express gratitude for the presence of wisdom in your life. Whether it comes through books, mentors, or fleeting moments of inspiration, each lesson is a gift that brings you closer to your highest self. Acknowledge the impact of those who have guided you, and seek opportunities to pass their wisdom forward. Watching the wise is not about idolizing perfection, but about drawing inspiration for your own journey. By observing their actions, reflecting on their principles, and integrating their virtues, you align yourself with a tradition of excellence that transcends time. Let their examples illuminate your path, and strive to be a light for others in turn. As Seneca reminds us, keep before your eyes the example of those who have achieved greatness, and let their lives guide yours. 9. Keep it simple. If you seek tranquility, do less. Or do what's essential. Do less, better. Marcus Aurelius. Complexity often breeds confusion, while simplicity fosters clarity and focus. The Stoics understood that a simple life, guided by purpose and virtue, is the foundation of tranquility. To keep it simple is not to strip life of meaning, but to remove distractions, allowing the essential to shine. The first step in simplifying your life is identifying what truly matters. Ask yourself, what are my highest values? What brings meaning and fulfillment to my life? The Stoics believed that living according to nature means aligning your actions with your principles. Let these values guide your decisions and eliminate pursuits that do not serve them. Prioritize tasks that align with your goals and virtues. As Marcus Aurelius advised, do every act of your life as though it were the last. By focusing on what is essential, you free yourself from the chaos of unnecessary obligations and distractions. Seneca observed that much of our suffering comes from wanting too much. To keep life simple, practice temperance in your desires. Reflect on what you truly need versus what society or habit tells you to seek. True wealth lies not in abundance, but in contentment with what you have. Adopt the practice of gratitude to nurture this mindset. Each day, take a moment to reflect on the blessings in your life. A warm meal, a safe home, or meaningful relationships. Gratitude shifts your perspective from lack to abundance, cultivating inner peace. Mental clutter often prevents us from seeing clearly. The Stoics emphasized the importance of mastering your thoughts to achieve tranquility. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." To declutter your mind, practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts and question whether they serve you. Are you worrying about things beyond your control? Are you dwelling on past mistakes? Redirect your focus to the present moment and what you can influence. Journaling is another powerful tool for mental clarity. At the end of each day, write down your thoughts, concerns, and reflections. This practice helps you process emotions, identify patterns, and gain perspective. The Stoics believed in doing less, but doing it better. This principle applies to all aspects of life. Rather than spreading yourself thin with endless commitments, focus on a few meaningful activities and dedicate yourself fully to them. Say no to obligations that do not align with your values or priorities. By creating space in your schedule, you allow room for what truly matters: time with loved ones, personal growth, or the pursuit of meaningful goals. Simplicity extends to your physical environment as well. A cluttered space often reflects a cluttered mind. Consider adopting a minimalist approach to your possessions. Keep only what serves a purpose or brings you joy, and let go of the rest. This practice is not about deprivation, but liberation. By reducing excess, you create a space that supports focus and peace. Finally, simplicity means living fully in the present moment. The Stoics taught that the past is beyond our reach and the future is uncertain. All we truly have is now. Embrace each moment as it comes, free from regret or anxiety. Take time to savor life's simple pleasures: a walk in nature, a heartfelt conversation, or the quiet of early morning. These moments, when fully appreciated, bring a depth of joy that no material possession can match. Simplicity is not an absence, but a presence of clarity, intention, and peace. By focusing on what is essential, tempering your desires, and mastering your thoughts, you align yourself with the Stoic ideal of a life well lived. The journey to simplicity is a continuous practice, one that invites you to reflect, refine, and realign. Each step brings you closer to the tranquility and purpose that come from living authentically. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if you seek tranquility, do less. Or do what's essential. Do less, better. The Stoic path is one of discipline, courage, and wisdom. It challenges us to rise above the noise of the world, to master our desires, and to act with integrity. By training your mind and aligning your actions with virtue, you unlock the freedom to live fully and authentically. These principles are not distant ideals, but practical tools for navigating the complexities of modern life. Each morning, embrace the opportunity to start anew. Each evening, reflect on the lessons of the day. In every moment, strive to act with purpose and clarity. Let this guide serve as a reminder of the strength within you. The storms of life will come, but with the Stoic principles as your anchor, you will remain steady, resilient, and free. Together, let us walk this path, not perfectly but with intention, and discover the enduring peace of a life well lived.